Jay-Z was born Sean Carter on December 4th, 1969. He first began his musical career by releasing his debut studio album, Reasonable Doubt, on June 25th, 1996. After founding a record label, Rockefeller Records, with Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke. The album features production by DJ Premier, Ski, Clark Kent, and Jaz-O, and also features appearances by Foxy Brown, Sauce Money, Memphis Bleek, Mary J. Blige, and the Notorious B.I.G. The album was released to widespread critical success and solidified his standing in the music industry. Today we bring you 10 things you didn't know about Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt. You are now watching the Live Television, where we bring you exclusive videos on movies, music, and history. Please like and subscribe for more. Number 10. The title. Jay-Z originally wanted the name of the project to be Heir to the Throne and feature Versace linen and boats on the cover art. Eventually, Jay-Z changed the title to Reasonable Doubt because he felt his album was on trial, but the audience was the jury. Jay said, "We named the album Reasonable Doubt because, with anything you do in life, people are going to judge you." Reasonable Doubt was pushed back more than once. Rockefeller ran ads and slated Jay-Z's debut April 1996, then changed the date to June 14th in the later campaign. The promotional copy, however, featured the tagline, "The trial begins." I was really just like, if this shit don't work, I'm going back to the streets. So I'm giving it my all, Jay-Z told XXL in 2006. Number 9, Road to Reasonable Doubt. In the decade before Reasonable Doubt's release, Jay-Z was a man divided. One foot firmly planted in the streets, but he always had a foot in rap, forever appeasing the 12-year-old Sean Carter who furiously scribbled rhymes in his green notebook. Jay-Z paid for the Lexuses, chains, and bottle service we hear about on Reasonable Doubt by driving I-95 south between Marcy and Maryland. Reasonable Doubt was his exoneration from hustling and a quarter century in the making. It's cliche, but I really don't remember the starting point. Like I can tell you when I did Blueprint. I did 9 songs in a week and the Black Album in a month, Jay-Z told XXL. But Reasonable Doubt felt like I was making this album my whole life. Starting when he first appeared on Jazz's Hawaiian Sophie in 1989, Jay was more concerned with technicality than substance, guesting on proficient songs like Jazz's The Originators in 1990, Original Flavors Can I Get Open 1993, and Big Daddy Kane's Show and Prove in 1994. Behind the scenes, Clark and Dame Dash pushed Jay to every major record label they could, but no one wanted him. Number 8. Difficulty. By the early to mid-90s, Jay and Dame were selling self-financed copies of Jay's first solo single, In My Lifetime, out of their cars. This was a pivotal early Jay-Z record, the first time he began to come into his own. He slowed down a little and struck a balance between his stylistic delivery that would become his signature. More importantly, he began crafting his persona. Payday re-released In My Lifetime and paid for the 1995 video, but Dame extricated Jay from his contract. They believed they can do more on their own. Then, Rockefeller was born, and Jay-Z began to record Reasonable Doubt. Number 7. Bag of Money. Jay-Z and Dame's mindset was not to depend on the music industry to make things happen for them. Jay said, "Even if you don't play my stuff on the radio, it will still be heard." Def Jam executive Kevin Liles says, in his first meeting with Jay and Dame, they gave him a bag of money to help get their records played on the radio. Kevin said he refused to take the money, but instead helped to put the song on the Nutty Professor soundtrack, which helped his visibility and start their relationship with Def Jam. Also, Mary J. Blige spoke on how the bag of money she was paid to do the feature on Can't Knock the Hustle really helped her out at the time because of financial problems with her label. Number 6, samples. For the song Can't Knock the Hustle, Mary J. Blige speaks on the theme and how the Melissa Morgan sample spoke to her. The producer, Nobody, says, "On the first listen you may think it says you can't knock the hustle, as in the street, but he's really talking about the hustle being the music, and that Mary J. Blige and Jay-Z were the perfect mix between hard and smooth." The song Ain't No was produced by Jaz-O, who made the beat from sampling 7 minutes of funk by the whole darn family. Because of the difficulty of the drums, he had to loop the record instead of programming the beat. The sample on Dead Presidents inspired a flip of the slow 4-long piano on Lonnie Liston Smith, A Garden of Peace. Producer Ski said it was sad but inspirational, and the story meshed perfect with the sample. He said the sample had the emotion he wanted, then he put the drums on it, then the Nas sample, and when Jay heard it, rest was history. Number 5, Dead Presidents. Dead Presidents 2 remains the most adoring song from Reasonable Doubt in the popular consciousness. Part of the reality stems from the fact that there were years where it was virtually a rite of passage to rap over Ski's instrumental. The internal rhyme is so strong emotionally and phonetically while remaining natural. Number 4, Nas influence. It's been said that the success of Nas's Illmatic inspired Jay's style to change his fast flow to a slow down flow that you hear on Reasonable Doubt. Jay wanted Nas on the album, but Nas declined. Jay used Nas' sample on the hook of Dead Presidents from his verse on The World Is Yours. Jay even invited Nas to appear in the video for Dead Presidents in the scene where they're playing Monopoly with real money. The scene featured AZ and Notorious B.I.G., but Nas never showed up. Number 3, movie influences. Jay says the reasons why rappers like movies like Scarface because they see themselves as a villain, coming from nothing to something. The first voice you hear on the album comes from Pain in the Ass, a Rockefeller employee who Jay chose to make the skits on his album. He says, I just did it. I didn't think anything of it. I mean, come on, who really cares about the skits on the album? He did the intro to the album, which was a Scarface quote, and the intro to Brooklyn's Finest, which was a quote from Carlito's Way. After that, there was many exciting opportunities to come, including an acting career and appearing on multi-platinum albums. Number 2, features. A young Foxy Brown was 15 at the time of the recording of her verse for Ain't No. She remembers she didn't even have a stage name yet. She remembers hearing the record, then asking Jay for 20 minutes to write and for a Sprite and a pizza pot. She remembers hearing his verses and the pressure to keep up on the record. Notorious B.I.G. and Jay both attended the same high school where they began their friendship. His verse on Brooklyn's Finest would be his first Tupac reference after Tupac dropped Hit 'Em Up, which would lead to Tupac dissing Jay-Z. Jay says, working with Big is like working with your brother, and Jay respected Big for being a complete artist. Memphis Bleek's verse on Come to Age was originally meant for rapper Shaheem. Instead, he chose Memphis Bleek, a kid from his building. The verse would spark a career for Memphis as he went on to release his own albums. Number 1, Legacy. The album received 4 out of 5 mics from The Source and went gold in the summer of '96 and platinum in 2002. Without reasonable doubt, there might have been no Def Jam deal for Rockefeller or any of the Jay-Z albums. A critical success, it has been ranked on several publications' lists as one of the greatest rap albums ever, while many hip-hop fans viewed it as Jay-Z's best work. From the production to the lyrics, all make Reasonable Doubt a classic album. Tell me how you feel about the album in the comments. Thank you for watching the Life Television. Please like and subscribe for more.